Coming out of the Boston Marathon, we have a really touching story stemming from a tragic situation. If you remember back in 2023, a man named Patrick Clancy allegedly came home from running errands to find that his wife had strangled their 3 children with an exercise band and then attempted suicide by cutting her wrists and jumping out of a 2-story window. Well, that man, Patrick Clancy, just ran in the Boston Marathon in memory of those 3 kids. So I'll talk a little bit about that race, just to do whatever small part I can in bringing memory to those kids, and then I'll update you on the murder trial involving his wife, Lindsay. So there are a couple reasons Patrick decided to run the Boston Marathon. One, it was therapeutic for him, and two, he wanted to raise money for Boston Children's Hospital, where he was able to hold his infant as the infant died in his arms after the fateful incident. And so through their Miles for Miracles program, his goal was to raise $65,000, and at the time of this recording, they were just under $80,000. So that alone is very, very awesome to hear. But during the race, he wore the names of his 3 children on his marathon bib, and he wore an item from each of his children. So he had a bow from his 5-year-old daughter, Cora, a wristband from his 3-year-old son, Dawson, and a bracelet from his baby Callan. And so obviously that just it tugs at the heartstrings. I'm glad that he did go through with this, and apparently as he was running, a lot of people were calling his name. Even though he did not have his name on his bib, he had the names of his children. A lot of people remembered the case and were cheering him on. And kudos to him. He finished in under 4 hours. He finished in 3 hours, 59 minutes, and 19 seconds. So awesome job, Patrick. Now, a little bit about the murder case involving his wife, Lindsay. I know that's probably why a lot of you are here. They started the trials, and the prosecutors are trying to say this was a premeditated murder, and then the defense is trying to claim insanity, saying that she was dealing with postpartum depression, had severe anxiety, and was on a lot of medication. And from what I'm seeing, legal analysts are expecting the jury to probably not convict her of the highest murder charges. They're likely to be a little bit sympathetic because in the evidence, depending on which reporting you read, she was prescribed 12 or 13 medications within a 4-month span to treat her severe depression and anxiety, which is just absolutely insane. Then on the day of the murder, she was on as many as 4. Assuming all of that is true, those doctors should be in jail. Like, that is absolutely crazy to prescribe 13 medications, 13 psychiatric medications messing with the chemical makeup of someone's brain, and then to allegedly not warn the husband not to leave her alone with the kids. Assuming all of that is true, that is just so crazy. It should not be allowed to happen. I hope there's some accountability there. And frankly, this is one of the reasons the story had as much attention as it did, because we're seeing these psychiatrists and these, so-called doctors overprescribing psychiatric medications like they're just candy. There's studies out there that are showing it's many times more profitable to prescribe these medications than it is to provide traditional therapy and things like that. And so only time will tell what the court finds and what the jury decides. We'll probably find out soon whether or not all of this was true regarding the medications as more documents are released. But either way, insanely tragic situation as far as the murders are concerned. But, good on Patrick, the husband, for running the marathon, raising that money, creating some kind of positive out of what is just a tragic situation.